I'm Jackie. I'm an Arizona realtor and have built a multi-million dollar business with my husband by using what I learned from being a teacher. Now I'm bringing the steps I took to leave the classroom and become a top producing agent and team owner. So grab your coffee, cherry vanilla Coke, or maybe even a cocktail, and let's begin. Well, how are ya? I cannot believe this is episode 19. Seriously, guys, it feels like yesterday I came up with this idea, began planning the layout, the music, the format. Man, how time flies. I have really enjoyed just getting together and, having other realtors and having other teachers reach out and tell me their thoughts about this podcast. Now, some realtors who are listening have never been teachers before, but they're newer agents, and they're like, man, I'm really getting a lot of wisdom and tricks and stuff to kind of get started as I'm, just beginning my business. And then I have teachers who are not in real estate, but they're like, oh my gosh, I love hearing your philosophy of education and just your passion about being in the classroom. It's really kind of like made me jive. And then I've also had teachers who are realtors, and they're like, dude, keep doing this. I love it. So anyhow, so in episode 18, I shared why I left the classroom and why I felt real estate could really help me reach my goals and my dreams. And today I'm going to talk long term. Yep. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, folks, but guess what? Yep, you're getting old. You're actually aging as you listen to this podcast. But guess what? So am I, and it's okay. All right. So I need to ask you a question. What's your long-term dream? Where do you want to retire? When do you want to retire? What do you want your life to look like when you do retire? Now, guys, retirement wasn't anything I ever really thought about until more recently. Like, I think kind of like we go through life and we're like, it's going to happen, but like we're going to be old and like crippled and like with a walker or something. Guys, it creeps up before you know it. So I knew at some point, I knew I wanted to stop working. Okay. But I really didn't consider when that would be or what it would even look like. Now, I'm a parent, okay? I have 4 kids, and a couple of my kids, they're starting to get older, right? Which means now I'm having these dreams of like, ooh, I'm going to be a grandparent. What do I want my grandma name to be? Now, guys, I mean, really, why do we have kids if we can't just have grandkids and spoil the crap out of them, right? Okay, so as a parent, I have been very blessed. I've always been able to give my children exactly what they needed and most of the things they wanted. Not everything, but most of the time. Now, I know that's not the case for some. Okay, so I count my blessings and I'm so thankful for everything that I have and what I've been able to give them. Now, my own parents, when I look at their retirement, they were working until they were well into their 70s, even their early 80s. This is not what I wanted for myself. And the fact that my own mother had a career in education, this was a mind-blowing reality because I'm like, wow, if I stay in education, this could also be my future. And I didn't want that. Now, my retirement, in my mind, would consist of a place at the lake, maybe a cabin in the woods. Maybe you already have those things. Okay, well, guess what? I did not. Okay, another thing I wanted in my retirement were trips with my husband that we weren't able to take when our kids were younger. I also wanted yearly trips to Disney with my grands. Okay, because what's good part of being a grandparent unless you can spoil the crap out of your grandkids, right? I also wanted to live a debt-free life. I wanted to have flexibility to be able to help my children when they needed it. So how did I make this dream a reality, especially on a teacher salary, right? Well, I didn't see it happening. Don't get me wrong. Okay, the district where I taught for the most of my teaching years did offer a pension, and that would be amazing. Like, it was a really good pension, okay? I'm not trying to discount it at all. Okay, it would have been enough money to pay my bills, to live on, and probably to do a trip or two each year, okay? But what if I wasn't debt free? Was I going to have enough for that vacation house? What about my kids? Would there be enough to help them too? So I started really kind of thinking about it. And what's crazy is a couple weeks ago, I actually attended a seminar, and one of the things that they talked about was, how do you determine how much money you need to live the life you want as you reach retirement? Now, seriously, guys, the math is crazy, okay? I mean, I taught math, but no. Okay. But here's the bottom line. People are living longer. Things continue to rise in price. And even people who saved more than they spent are still struggling to have a big enough nest egg to have the retirement they want. So I'm sitting there and I'm getting pretty mad. I'm getting really fed up. Here, I had spent 6 years in college. 6 years. Not because it took me that long, because I did a bachelor's and a master's. I had a fairly substantial amount of student loan debt. I taught for nearly 2 decades. I dedicated my life to the students that I served. I would walk away with about 60K a year and not really the retirement life that I had hoped for. So what was the solution? How do we as teachers create a retirement of our dreams while not giving up on the students that we serve? How are we able to have both? Well, I don't know the answer. If you were thinking I was going to give you some great answers, sorry. I apologize. I've failed you. Okay, but this is what I do know. I know that my best advice may not be the best for everyone else. Okay. What I had to do to really have the retirement of my dreams was I had to make a shift in my mindset. Because in my mind, I thought, well, I have this gift of being an educator. It's a talent and a gift that not everyone has. Okay. But I was gifted that talent. I was gifted that gift. And if I don't use it, well, then that's bad, right? And it's almost kind of like mom guilt, but it's like teacher guilt, right? Like if I leave the classroom, who's going to fill my spot? So, it was kind of a hard decision to make. I also have to realize that I was married when I left the classroom. What that meant was I had another person, another adult who had income that was coming into the house. So all of the bills were not my sole responsibility. They were shared, okay? Also, being a parent, I had to have support. I had to have people that would help me take care of my own children when I needed to attend a real estate class, when I needed to study for my state and national exam, when I needed to go show houses, when I needed to do open houses, when I needed to just have a moment to be able to get all my files together, okay? Some men and women are single parenting it, and they may not have family nearby that can help. I had the luxury of having family nearby. I had a husband that was able to also have a little bit of flexibility in his schedule, so he could really help me out. Now, I can't make the decision that's best for your life. Okay. I can't make that decision for you. Only you know what you need, and only you know what you're capable of taking on. But let me remind you, teachers make great real estate agents. Ask any real estate agent. I don't care who they are, okay? Just pause this podcast. Yep, go ahead and pause it, okay? Pick up the phone, call a real estate agent. Maybe it's someone that's on your Facebook, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a family member, maybe you just Googled real estate agent nearby, okay? Ask them, do teachers make good agents? And guess what? They're going to say yes. And the reason why they're going to say that teachers make amazing real estate agents are for four different things, four different reasons that I think. One, we're organized. Even the teachers who don't think they're organized, and yes, you are organized. I don't care if it's not color coordinated and all of your little tags don't match. It doesn't matter, okay, guys? Guess what? You can get on Teachers Pay Teachers, buy you some, slap them on there, and now you're even more organized, okay? Number two, reason why we make great agents. We build relationships. People trust us. Guys, strangers leave you their children, okay? That's called trust. That's what people do when they hire you as a real estate agent. This is the biggest purchase that they're ever going to make in their life, and they're trusting you, okay? Three, we can read a room, okay? Teachers know what's going on in the room without anyone having any conversation. We know who is thinking negative by just a look. We know who is not paying attention by just a look, okay? And we act accordingly, okay? We know how to get their attention. We know how to kind of bring it back. We know how to change. We're good at it, okay? Last reason, we have drive, we have passion, and we have an I can attitude. Guys, we don't give up. We push down and we provide the best education for our students, no matter what type of learner they are. Now, I hope this episode has you thinking, okay? I hope it has your wheels churning and you're thinking to yourself, what do I want in a retirement? What will my retirement look like? What are the goals that I have? And what I'm doing right now, is that going to help me reach those goals? Okay. Meet with a numbers guy or gal. All right. Figure out what you need to be saving to have the retirement of your dreams. And if you can't get there with just your teacher salary, well, then that's when we get to talk. Guys, I hope this episode was what you needed. I hope it's going to get you fired up, because guess what? Real estate changed my life. It gave me a way to give back to my community. It gave me a way to provide for my family, and it's giving me a way to live the life that I had always dreamed of. If you're thinking about a switch to real estate, I would love to support you and bring you in our collective group of agents. Guys, we have partners in multiple states, and throughout our coaching and our training and our support, they are leaving the classroom. These teachers are going full time. They're able to supplement their income and save for their future. So let's connect and chat on ways that I can help you reach your goals. Guys, going into real estate can seem scary. Starting something new, it's a challenge, right? But you teachers, you keep the attention of 24 to 32 children a day for 7 hours. You maintain peace in a sea of hormones and body odor. You can do this, and I'm here to help. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Jackie Durbin AZ and at Teachers in Real Estate. Also like, rate, share this podcast. And if you need help or if you have state-specific questions, reach out to me, guys. I would gladly help you. Thank you for listening. See you next time.